Hi there, this is a short video for the track by Misch, It Runs Through Me. So to start with the accompaniment at first, because there isn't a bass player in the first part, so it'll be very important for us to include the bass line in the accompaniment. It doesn't need to be sophisticated or just very simple but functional. Yeah, and then G major 7. The guitarist in the session is using actually a thumb to play the root, and he's playing a B minor triad. I find it easier and preferable to use the middle finger, but do whatever you see fit. Either okay, you can use any of these two variants. So the middle finger or the thumb. The next chord, labeled as an F sharp 13 sus4, can be implied with this shape, which is a C sharp minor 11. And this is the chord, the voicing that the guitarist in the session is utilizing. You can double check the video very slowly, and you'll notice that he's using that shape. So you can use that one, and then F sharp. So either that, or you can use that. Either. I probably would go for that one, for the bass C sharp. That throughout the song changes in a few sections, where the bass goes from C sharp to C natural. So there'll be a C7 sharp 11 chord, also known as a tritone substitution for your F sharp 7 flat 13. So you can either use this one, that'll be absolutely fine, or that one. Either is fine. So this is not the most authentic way of playing a samba groove. This pattern is kind of inspired by a Brazilian groove called samba, or or a rendition of a bossa nova, but it works really well with the groove that they're going for. So don't worry about going authentic. Just go with something which is very effective and is rhythmical and it's as per the record. So so that's the accompaniment part. When you hear the bass in the backing track, or actually when you're playing with a tutor band and the bass player starts playing, then instead of playing the chord with the bass, you can dispense with that bass line and just simply play the upper structure. Be absolutely fine to do that. The solo, to improvise over these changes, on the first chord, B minor 7, you can use, of course, the minor pentatonic or blues scale. Yeah, you can use those, any of those two, it'll be brilliant. Or you can use the natural minor scale. And you can blend the two. So I'm blending on the blues scale and the minor scale. Or you can use the Dorian as well. So and again you can blend Dorian and minor pentatonic. So either Dorian, Aeolian, blues scale or minor pentatonic would work really, really well in the first chord. By the way, I was also really tempted to use a melody minor. Which you can do that, but I would use that in a very minimalistic manner. Maybe use the major 7th, A sharp, as a passing note. For example. Next chord, D9 sus4 or 13, that requires a mixolydian mode, which is equivalent to a B phrygian. only saying that because some of you might have memorized the shapes, like the Phrygian shape. And if you're going from the first Aeolian shape around the 7th fret, just changing one note. And then you're able to navigate that chord really well. And then back to the G major 7, and there you can use either G major scale or G Lydian. And of course, you can use the same shape here if you think about G Lydian as the 4th mode of D major, and D major has a relative minor called B minor, of course, so you can use again the same shape that you use for the first chord. So if you wanted to, you can start with that shape, and then back to the original. Yeah, and then when you get to the C sharp minor 11, or just to imply the F sharp 13 sus 4, basically, you can use quite a variety of different scales. Again, blues, B minor pentatonic would work really well. But you can also use a really fancy scale called Phrygian natural sixth. Now, the Phrygian natural sixth is the second mode of an E melody minor. So essentially, you play an E melody minor on this chord. It sounds like that. Yeah, that's a possible approach. Also on this chord, you can also use the upper structure as a B major triad. And then on the next chord, which can be a C9 sharp 11 or F sharp 7 flat 13 or sharp 5. You can use it. Sometimes you hear the F sharp on the bass, some other times you hear the C on the bass. They are equivalent. They are called, or this can be described as a tritone substitution. Tritone means like you have a tritone gap between F sharp and C, the substitute chord. What else is there? Well, that's it. That's covered. And of course, sorry, on that chord you can use the altered scale, which is the so F sharp altered is equivalent to a G melody minor. And that's it. So I hope you find this useful, and I look forward to seeing you when? Soon. All right. Bye for now. Cheers.